It seems that Rand Paul has been caught plagiarizing again. This time he has plagiarized a lawsuit. Remember when he plagiarized from a Gattaca Wikipedia article during one of his speeches, and then it turned out that he also plagiarized part of a speech and some text from the wiki for Stand and Deliver, and then it turned out that sections from an op-ed that he wrote about mandatory minimums in the Washington Times were nearly identical to an article written by Dan Stewart of The Week that was published a week earlier. Well, it now seems that he has completely plagiarized a lawsuit. The Washington Post Dana Milbank reported that Rand Paul originally drafted the class action suit that he filed under former Virginia Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli's name with the name of Bruce Fine, who recently served as an attorney general for NSA contractor Edward Snowden's father. But, as Dana Milbank writes, a January 15th draft of the complaint written by Fine has long passages that are nearly identical to those in the complaint Cuccinelli filed Wednesday. Except for some cuts and minor wording changes, they are clearly the same documents. Fine's ex-wife and spokeswoman told Milbank that Cuccinelli stole the work product, intellectual property, and legal genius of Bruce Fine without any payment. She also added that Rand Paul, who already has one plagiarism issue, now has a lawyer who just takes another lawyer's work product. Paul was hammered with criticism after all of these other plagiarism incidents came out, and he said they're going to do a better job of sourcing. Very funny. Anytime people get caught plagiarizing, they say they didn't do a good enough job sourcing and footnoting their work because, of course, they would never actually copy. Yet it seems that once again, Rand Paul is caught copying stuff. This actually tells me when you can't even sue someone with an honest original lawsuit, it actually just confirms to me that almost everything Rand Paul is doing at this point is just for political posturing. The entire lawsuit itself against President Obama is meant just to score political points and to help Rand Paul make money. Because if you're really trying to sue someone, I would hope you're not dumb enough to plagiarize the lawsuit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this basically epitomizes what we think is wrong with Rand Paul. But once the first plagiarism accusation came out and we discovered it was true, people started looking for it all the time with Rand Paul. And I'm sure everything he said and everything that came out from his office was scrutinized heavily. So I wonder how many other politicians are doing this too, who are just not under the same level of scrutiny.
Well, specifically with Rand Paul, this has huge consequences because now we can't just straight up criticize Rand Paul for things that he says. We have to first figure out who actually said them first before we issue a criticism of Rand Paul. It's going to be a lot more complex to issue a critique.
Oh yeah, things just got way more complicated and difficult.